was the third of 4 sons. He went to Catholic grade school, kindergarten through 8th grade. Then he went to our public high school, and then of course he went on to Marquette University, where he was involved in college life and college ministry. His youngest brother mentioned the priesthood when he was in 2nd and 3rd grade. And Tim not only wanted to be a priest, but he said, how long does it take to be a bishop? So he always kind of snickered about that.
I think he was a great son growing up myself. Yes, there's always things that you do as a young man that are questionable, you know, and things, but really, speaking in general, he was fantastic.
My name is Scott Emerson. I'm from the Diocese of Madison, Wisconsin, and I'd like you to meet my parents. So here's Diane Emerson, my mother, who raised me taught me everything I needed to know, how to pray, and then here's my dad, Steve Emerson, who taught me how to use my hands and how to have a good work ethic.
He had told us he was going to go on to grad school, and I believe Marquette offered him a PhD in neuroscience because he had been working in a lab for 2 years. So that was what our thought was. That's what his future plans were. But then a month later, after graduation, he came to us and said that he was going to enter the seminary.
Going down the road that, you know, he's gone through college and has this PhD offered to him and things like that, and is dating a fantastic girl, and life is just moving on. And when it hits you, you have to make a big adjustment in your life.
You never expect your son to go into the priesthood. I think they were a little overwhelmed, but in kind of taken aback a bit, but I knew that they would come around.
Steve and I both had signs along the way that told us that this was a right decision and reassured us. Even with our masses at our local parish, we'd leave church and we just both would have certain signs. And it was comfort to us, and we knew it was the right decision for Scott. And then we saw how happy he was.
This is a very important decision, a decision made by them, and that once they make that decision, then you need to really get behind them and support them fully. I mean, it's their decision. It wasn't my decision, it was his decision.
My whole life has been a decision. I mean, they've been a support for my faith the whole time, taught me how to pray. My grandparents taught me how to pray, took me to Mass every weekend. And just the joy of the Catholic faith amongst the family, to pray at meals every day. Like, all these things lead up to a decision to enter into the seminary.
Overwhelmed with joy. I mean, it was hard to hold back tears as you're asking me again to relive it. But overjoyed. It's like, this day is finally here, in this beautiful basilica in, you know, the heart of Rome, the heart of the Catholic faith. You know, we're in Vatican City.
If the Lord is truly calling you to a life of priesthood, you can only put him off for so long. And the words that I can think of is, be not afraid, when you hear those words from John Paul II, be not afraid. And when it says it in the gospel, you know, it's in there 50 times that says, be not afraid, and that is speaking to you to any problems that there is in the world. It's a human church that through all that, be not afraid because the Lord is there.